Today we're going to make paste. Now paste is an amazing product, man. It's supposed to be better than cannabis oil as far as effectiveness goes, but you know, of course there's no science about it, but you know, paste goes back 4,000 years, probably longer, but about 4,000 years ago they used to make paste, and they used to cook it really slowly. They used to put it in a clay pot with vegetable oil or coconut oil, and they'd let it sit in the sun for about 4 days. They'd cook it really slowly, and what they used to do is bathe in it. You know, they wipe it all over their skin. I guess actually it's an effective way to medicate, because the skin absorbs everything you put on it. You put these lotions on that you get on the shelf. You know, it's got a lot of toxic chemicals, and it ends up in your bloodstream. So this is a great lotion, and the cannabinoids are fully preserved if you cook it, you know, at a low temperature, really slowly. And your body absorbs these cannabinoids, and the beautiful thing about it is that it avoids your gastric system. When you eat marijuana, your stomach just kills the cannabinoids, a lot of it. So the Asians were pretty smart in doing it this way. Okay, so paste, what we need is some herb. I'm going to use some sugar shake, and it's got some nuggets in there as well, so pretty good quality. And I'm going to use the coconut oil, the organic coconut oil. This is 60% saturated fat. Coconut oil is the best. I think olive oil is pretty good too, but you know, it has a tendency to go rancid fast, so if you use olive oil, just, you know, cook up small amounts. Okay, so let's get some herb going. I'm going to weigh up ½ an ounce here. Okay, ½ an ounce is about 14 grams. And what I'm going to do is cook that up with about 100 milliliters of coconut oil. Now when it's finished, 1 gram of herb will be in about 7 milliliters of coconut oil. So that's how you can gauge how much you want to take at one time. Okay, now there's 2 ways of going about this. You can cook it at a low temperature and preserve the cannabinoids. I'm going to cook it about 155, or you could cook at a higher temperature, around 220, and decarboxylate it, and when you ingest it, you're going to have a narcotic effect. Alright, but if you use it like that on your skin, remember that you're going to need a lot less, because you know, your gastric system destroys about 80% of the cannabinoid content that you eat. You're just wasting it. So, you know, if you put it on your skin, use it as a lotion, it'll absorb into your bloodstream and you will get high, okay? But if you don't decarboxylate it, you can, you know, you can use it and absorb the cannabinoids without it being activated. So your cannabinoids will start activating at 175. So, you know, anywhere between 175 and 220 will do. Okay, I've got 14 grams here. I'm going to open this up. Second here. So I'm pretty... Release. How did I do this last time? There we go. Okay, now, well, there's a lot of bud in here. We'll just throw that in there. There we go. Put this back on. Should be good to go here. Power is on. We're going to go number 3. Okay, I grounded it up pretty good. I wanted to pulverize it. Be easier to make it into a paste. Alright, now what we need is the coconut oil. I'm going to use 100 milliliters of coconut oil. We're going to put it in a pot of water here. I've got a pot of water, it's at 3.5 right now, and I checked the temperature. Temperature is around 555 last time I checked. I'm just going to pop this in. We're running a couple of degrees hot, so I'm going to turn it out a little bit more. I've made this wire thing out of a coat hanger. What we're going to do is cook the paste in the mason jar, and we're going to put it on this coat hanger so it doesn't touch the bottom of the pot, because if you do that it'll crack, so we don't want that. So you know, just a pair of pliers and coat hanger, and we're gonna put the coconut in there for a little bit so we can pour it out and measure off 100 milliliters. Okay, we'll let that sit. Turn off the thermometer. Okay, we're rolling. We got the coconut oil here. It's not too hot, it's only about 155. Alright, it's melted here. We're going to measure off 100 milliliters. There we go. Now hopefully that will cover 14 grams of herb. Okay, we'll put that over here. Now we get our mason jar, and we shall put our herb. This time, for the first time, I remember to take this thing out. Alright, now actually, my memory is improving, oddly enough. Okay, we've got the herb in there. We'll pour the oil in there, and we're just going to make sure it's covered. It's not quite covered right now, but we'll shake it up there a bit. And you know, this is not an exact science here, so I'm going to pour in maybe 20 more liters. Should do it. Okay, 25 liters. Okay, it's covered. It's good. Now, excuse me. We're gonna put the herb and the coconut oil into the water bath here. Now, you can get a good paste in about 10 to 12 hours, and that's what we're gonna do here. In 10 to 12 hours, we're gonna take it off the heat, and I'll show you. Like I said, the ancients used to cook it for 4 days under the hot sun. You know, some people leave it in a warm, dark cupboard for like 4 months, and they say that's the best way. But you get a good paste here. You know, the cannabinoids are fused into the oil, and we're leaving the herb in the product. We're not taking it out. So we know we got 100% of the cannabinoids in there, which is why it's so effective, and there's no breakdown. Okay, as far as the dosage is concerned, I'm going to have to recalculate that. I'll be back with the numbers. Okay, about 9 mils of coconut oil, finished product, will contain 1 gram of bud. 9 mils is about 2 teaspoons. So 1 gram of bud I would consider a heavy dosage. I would go a third of that for a mild dosage, or a quarter. You know, 1 teaspoon would be a medium dosage. So judge for yourself. Everyone's biology is different. They react differently to it, and I don't know how long it's gonna, you know, take to get high, if that's your method. But anyways, we'll see what happens, eh? This is an experiment in progress. Alright, we'll see you later. Whoops. Too many machines. Hey, how you doing? Well, it's been about 10 or 12 hours now. Cooking. I actually turned it off last night around 11. Got up around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Turned it back on again, cooked it for a few more hours. So total was about 10 hours. And it's ready to go. What I did was give it a stir once in a while. And once in a while I added some water. Excuse me. I added cold water, actually. That's how I controlled the temperature, because a couple of times there it was getting a little warm, and so I just poured a cup of cold water in there, no problem. So it's all done. And it's ready to go. Right here, I'm going to pour it into this bowl so you can have a look at it. And it's always good to have a spatula around so you don't waste anything. Okay, I'll fuss with that later. Alright, as you can see, it's fairly runny right now, but because this is coconut oil, it will thicken up a little bit. It'll solidify, and you know, if you use another oil, what you can do if you want like you know, a thicker, creamier paste like a lotion, you can add beeswax. You know, 1 part beeswax to 5 parts oil, and that should do it. You know, with this recipe you would need about 25 milliliters of beeswax in there. So when it's done, you just cool it down, and you can eat it. You can use it as a lotion on your skin. You can even cook with it and bake with it if you want. And that's it. I'm going to store it in a dark glass jar because, you know, light is the enemy when it comes to cannabinoids. And that's it. There we go. There we have it. We have cannabis paste fit for human consumption. Alright, now I'm just going to fill up this jar. And when it cools down, I'm just going to put it in the fridge and store it in the fridge. There you have it. Perfect. Okay, now it's been in the fridge for about 24 hours now, and I pulled it out this morning so it would come up to room temperature. But I just want to show you what's going on here. It's slowly actually turning into a real nice paste. You know, so, you know, I would probably take a day or two or a few days until this is really nice and pasty. One thing that I would add to what we did today is that I would strain it through a sieve or something, you know, some kind of strainer to get all that little stuff out of there, make it cleaner, just process it a little more. Other than that, it worked out really fine. Maybe I should taste it. Tastes really good. Well, there you have it. Cannabis paste. You can put this in gel caps and pop them. Actually, it doesn't taste that bad. It's doesn't taste bitter at all. It's just odd. And so that's it. This is Chef B signing off. Enjoy your cannabis paste, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out my book, The Medical Marijuana Guide.